Now, the latest on President Obama's jobs plan as he sent to Congress on Monday. He also explained for the first time how he wants to pay for it.
And the American Jobs Act is not going to add to the debt. It's fully paid for. I want to repeat that. It is fully paid for. It's not going to add a dime to the deficit. Next week, I'm laying out my plan, not only to pay for this jobs bill, but also to bring down the deficit further.
Well, the reaction was no surprise, split right along party lines. And CBS News congressional correspondent Nancy Cordes has more from Capitol Hill for us this morning. Nancy, good morning. And I guess that is the question of the morning. How does the president plan to pay for this plan?
Well, Chris, he wants to pay for the bulk of it, about $400 billion, by limiting deductions for wealthy Americans, individuals making more than $200,000 a year and families making more than $250,000 a year. Then he wants to get about $40 billion more from eliminating subsidies for oil and gas companies. Now, both of these proposals have faced stiff opposition in the past, not just from Republicans, but from some Democrats as well. And Republicans didn't waste any time yesterday expressing their dissatisfaction that the president had put them back on the table. Here's how Senator Jon Kyl of Arizona put it on the Senate floor.
It's a bit like money growing on trees. The money has to come from somewhere. And of course, it comes out of the pockets of taxpayers, or the government borrows it and it eventually has to be repaid with taxpayer tax dollars.
So, Nancy, are GOP leaders saying they want to work with the president at all on this?
In a word, yes, Chris. They say that there's still a lot of common ground in terms of the president's proposals, but there's certain to be a fight over how you pay for it, because Democrats and Republicans are both saying right now that this proposal has to be paid for. So you could see a situation where they come to an agreement about the proposal more quickly than they come to an agreement about how to pay for it.
All right. CBS's Nancy Cordes for us on Capitol Hill this morning. Nancy, thank you. It seems like a familiar argument.
You think? Does it sound like something we've heard before?
Keep hearing it over and over again. Just kind of change the dates on the calendar. We'll see what happens.